Today I'm going to demonstrate you how we can install an ESXi 6.5 on a host. For reference, I'm taking a virtual machine. So once you will add the ISO of 6.5 to a VM, you can boot it from the installer, and this will be the first screen that you will be seeing where it will be loading all the binaries. And this is a main screen of ESXi host. You'll have to get used to it because whenever you will be accessing the console, you will be seeing a yellow and a gray screen, which is there in front of you. So at the top, you will see the version of ESXi along with the CPU and memory that is associated with that ESXi host. And once all the services will be loaded, you will see an option to continue with the installation, or you can cancel if you want to. So it's an end license and user license agreement, yeah, that you will have to accept using F11, and it will scan for the drives that are associated with the host. So I have only one drive of 300 gig, which I have added. So I'll be using the default language. If you want, you can change it here as well. Enter the root credentials, as it will be important once you will be able to install it. You can SSH to the ESXi host using these credentials. Now it will just scan for a moment and give you an option where you can click F11 to initiate the installation. The installation will begin, and I will be fast forwarding the initial installation part so that we don't extend the video. So let's give it some time here. So you can remove the ISO at this moment and then reboot the ESXi host so that directly it can boot from the local drive. Now it will go through the same procedure, initiate all the modules, but this time it will be loading it from the local drive, not from the CD that you have added. As you can see, all the drivers are currently being loaded, all the modules of Linux are currently being loaded. Once this will be done, you will see the screen that you usually see whenever you get a direct console. So you will see the IP address along with the IPv6 address with which you can access the same ESXi host using the web browser. Here you have to add the root credentials which you have entered earlier during the time of installation. And once you get into the ESXi host, first thing that I really do is enable the SSH and shell on the ESXi server. So that next time I want to make any changes, I can directly do it using PuTTY. So we just enable it, then go back to the configure management network and enter the IPv6 information and IPv4 information. Here I'm going to give a static IP address and verify if everything is correct. I'll just change it to 100. Everything else seems good. I'll go back. I'll disable the IPv6 as I don't use it in my environment. I'll just disable it. Please note that disable of IPv6 requires a restart. So everything here is correct. DNS information is fine. I'll just go back, hit yes, and it mentions that once you will hit yes, the ESXi host will reboot in order to make the commit the changes that we have done. So let's wait for the server to come up. It'll take some time. So probably this is the last time when you'll be restarting your ESXi host in order to make any configurational changes. Disabling of IPv6 requires one last reboot, that's all. And once it will be connected, you will see the new IP address that you have just assigned on front of the screen, so that next time you need to uh, get access to this ESXi host from web browser, you can use it. So here you can see the name of the ESXi host along with the uh, IPv4 address. Now in the backend on the DNS, you can configure a host a record for the same ESXi host along with uh, uh, the PTR record, and that should be it.